It's easy to follow streetwear trends when you first start making your brand. It's the way to go for a quick dollar, assuming you know what you're doing. However, it's going to hurt you in the long run. Howdy everyone, my name is Alki. I'm a streetwear designer here in Denver. Welcome to my streetwear journals, basically, where I talk about my current life while I kind of just show you the process of everything and my brand's journey. You get to watch me grow my brand from the ground up. That's why I made this channel, just so we can learn together. I wanted to make a quick video on following trends. This is why you should stop following them. Number one, loss of individuality and authenticity. Nobody wants to create for themselves anymore. They expect their brand to make a quick dollar and then they move on with their lives. Or they basically just waste their money on their startup. Following trends is the quickest way to lose your authenticity because you're making a brand for a quick dollar. You're not making the brand for you anymore. You're making the brand for someone else or the audience or something like along those lines. If you're in this for the long run, then you shouldn't really be following trends. Just because you're going to be like everyone else, you're not going to be able to stand out. Like, what's the point of even being a creative? As an artist, artists do steal and slowly develop their own style over time, and that's what you have to do. This just takes time. You're going to have to learn your style. You're going to learn your designs. You're going to learn your audience. You're going to learn more about yourself as you make this brand. You're not going to make it in 1 year. I'm telling you this now. You'll just have to stick with it, be patient. You're more likely to make more money in the long run if you're personable, authentic, make good products, and build your cult-like audience. You'll fall as quickly as the trend lasts. Number two, oversaturation. There's plenty of fashion brands out there. However, there are not a lot of good brands. Why do you want to follow everyone else's footsteps? You're just going to be like everyone else and you're not going to be standing out. You're basically just going to be another brand. People just scroll past, or maybe they buy a few products from you and then go on with their life. You're not impactful. You're not you. You're not yourself. You're going to be wasting your time if I'm going to be completely honest. You're just like the rest of all these other brands. Maybe you hit like 1,000 followers or something, or you make a few good pieces of content. You're going to be wasting your time and possibly some of your money if you're just going to be like everyone else. We don't need more wasted potential and more saturation in the market because there are people who actually want to do this. Number three, loss of meaning. Over time, my brand's meaning was developed probably over a few years. And I was just making it very carefully, making sure I was actually still going to be doing this because I didn't want to drop off and be completely, or not putting any effort into this. So I wanted to make sure I was going to keep doing this for my brand. So my brand's name is called fallofman. Honestly, it came from a song lyric from the brand called Gojira, and the song name was called Sphinx. I wasn't sure if this was going to be like a religious kind of brand or anything along those lines, but ended up not really being like that because I know fallofman is part of the Bible with Adam and Eve. It did take me a while to actually kind of know what this means and do a little bit of research and kind of learn more about myself. And you think you know who you are, but once you start making a brand, you really have to question kind of who you are, and you have to go down like a rabbit hole, and it's kind of weird. But anyways, I learned that the next few generations are kind of moving in this state of nihilism, and the state of the world is moving towards digital feudalism, kind of, with a lot of surveillance, digital IDs, and more stuff along those lines. There is a lot more that goes into my brand. A lot of my designs come from how people have lost their sense of purpose and what it means to actually be human. There are multiple meanings behind my brand that I've kind of intercept with each other, like loss of sense of purpose, how humans sabotage their own life, the world is being plagued with suffering and death, humans having free will to make their own disobedient decisions. And a lot of my ideas come from philosophy, psychology, some neuroscience, just a lot of way of the world. And they all kind of tie together into the meaning of the brand called fallofman. These are just a few things that kind of go behind my brand and help me with my designs and help me understand a way to market forward in terms of music, fonts, and creative ideas and everything along those lines. A lot of brands don't really have meaning anymore. They just kind of make a logo and they make a name for themselves and they think that's that. But there's a lot of stuff that goes into marketing and what it means to market to people and why people like your brand over others. Most people will just make a few designs and think that's okay. They don't really know what they're doing for the most part of terms of longevity and how to scale and everything along those lines. I mean, personally, I'm still learning about that stuff too. I'm learning more about paid ads and everything, and I'm going to be showing more of that as I go along with this channel. But Something I just kind of figured out is that most brands don't really have a purpose or meaning behind it. If you have a purpose, you're going to be doing this more than just money. You have something to say with your brand and you really need to say it. You really want to do this and you want to get your message out there. Number 4, you're not a fast fashion brand. Personally, I believe we have enough fast fashion. We don't need more quick, trendy designs because you'll probably just be gone in like 3 months anyways. What's the point of following trends if there are huge companies like H&M, Zara, and all this other junk that are going to be posting all of these trends and people already know these brand names and everything that they're a bunch of fast fashion? You'll have to be competing against like super big brands compared to having to niche down a little bit. It's going to be a lot harder because those people have millions and billions of dollars, I guess. Personally, we have enough of those fast fashion brands and we don't really need super trendy things. Fashion already makes like too much of an impact on the environment anyways, so I don't think you really need to be adding to it. And personally, I don't want to be a fast fashion brand. It's not really explaining, like I said before, it's not you. You have to make this brand like a branch of your own personality and your own sense of self. So I expect more people to try and put more effort into their brand than just the trend. So in conclusion, this was just a quick video, guys. I just wanted to talk about this. Basically, these are just a couple examples I thought of when I was making my brand and all that stuff. And following trends is going to kill your longevity for your brand. Unless you're really good at putting your own spin on things, which if you're just starting out, I highly doubt you are going to be good at. My suggestion is just to stick to it. Make sure you're actually going to keep doing this. And like if you pick up an instrument, are you only going to practice for 3 months and then give up? Or are you actually going to be spending years into your brand and making more designs and stuff like that? Keep creating for your own needs and not for social media and others. People will buy from you eventually and they're going to buy from you just because they like you and your own personal brand. Treat it like a personal brand, and that's how you're going to gain customers. And of course, over time, you'll be making more money and stuff like that, because I know that's always going to be part of the business. So I'm not saying don't try and make money, but there's a lot more purpose to the world than just having money. If you guys like this video, feel free to click the subscribe button. I'd like to know your thoughts on this if anyone wants to chime in. All of my links are in the description, so follow me there. Check out my website if you'd like to purchase any of my clothes or to just keep up with me or whatever. But I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.